So today, I thought I'd talk about the idea of stop arguing with life. Why? Because when you do, you'll find inner peace. There's a song I heard the other day in the gym, and it turned me on to do this talk, and the song was Life is Life. I love the song. It's one of my happy songs that I play whenever I go to the gym. And they're so true. There's such depth in those three words. Life is life. There's no judgment there. It's just life. You see, life unfolds moment by moment without judgment. It's not out to get you. It's not out to bless you. It just is. We keep taking life personally, thinking it's doing this to us, it's giving us this lesson, it's making this, No, it's not. Life just happens. Our mind, based on our past and our ego, interprets what happens, and we become attached to it, or we don't want it, and that creates all of our problems. You see, it's our resistance to what is that creates our suffering. You can't win an argument with reality. You can't. Life is. You're not going to change what is. Do you get that? You're not changing it. I cannot change that I am 74. I accept that I am 74, and I live from that. Does it mean that I'm handicapped? Of course not. Because 74 is just a number. Do I have beliefs that that number means something? I have some. I can't do some of the things I used to do, but I do almost everything. I do more than most. Why? Because I choose to. Not because I have to. It's because I choose to. And here's a key thing. The other week, I had a lot of outdoor work to do in the yard. I do my own work. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. In my youth, I'd have done it all in one day. I accept that I'm 74, and I did half. The next day, I did the other half. See, I accepted what is, and then I moved forward. So what is the nature of resistance? Resistance is the gap between what is happening and what we think should be happening. That's our problem. That's our pain. That's our suffering, because we're not accepting what is. We're trying to fight what is. You see, every time we say, this is wrong, this shouldn't be, we're not engaging with life. We're engaging with our story about life. And when we start to understand that, we recognize that it's our story that's creating our problems. It's our story that's causing us to worry. Well, wait a second. Why not just change the story? Here's an example. I was raised by a very strict immigrant Italian mother, Catholic, and a father who was first generation Polish, Catholic. Not very aware people. Love was not something spoken in our home. So I had a childhood where I was heavy discipline. All the time, had to do this. Can't tell you. I won't even go into the details. But you know what I did? As I got older, I just rewrote the story. I had a happy childhood. I was safe. I was adventuresome. I looked at all the things my parents restricted me on and all the ways I lied and created the perfect childhood. And I did. I just rewrote it. So I didn't say that my childhood was wrong. I didn't say, well, they should have been different. I just rewrote it in my own mind and came to peace with it. You see, here's another good example about that. The weather. It rains, and immediately we complain, it wasn't supposed to rain today. Let me tell you a secret. The rain doesn't care. The rain simply rains. Our suffering comes from the resistance that life should match our personal forecast. I look at the rain. The rain's always a reminder. Isn't it great how life does that? Especially here in Texas. Man, it's supposed to be hot, hot, hot. All of a sudden, middle of nowhere, rain. I go, thank you. I love it. It's like if you plan a birthday party outside and it rains, you get all upset. Wait a second, why? It's the weather. You can't control the weather. Give it up. You see, Zen would look at it like this. Resistance is like trying to push back the ocean tide with your hands. It's exhausting, it's impossible, and it's unnecessary. Why would we even think to do that? But that's what we do, isn't it? We don't accept what is. We try to fight what is, and we lose. You see, we have bought in to this idea of the illusion that we can control life. So why do we argue with life? Because we think we can control it, don't we? The ego whispers to us, if I can manage people, outcomes, timing, then I'll feel safe. But I ask you, go back in your life. That's never really worked, has it? Manage people. A little bit, but most of the time people are going to do whatever they want. Outcomes. Outcomes will happen when they do. When will you feel safe? Will you ever feel safe if you're trying to control conditions? Maybe for a moment. But true safety, the feeling of safety, is in your inherent ability to accept what is, no matter what is happening, and know that the essence of all that you are, this spirit, this consciousness, this awareness, it's untouchable. It's only your ego interpreting the external events that's causing you any suffering or feelings of unsafety. Think of all the times you planned your life down to the detail, yet something unexpected happened. Maybe that detour was where real growth came. I can remember I got married in 1972. And in June of 1974, we bought our first home. $22,500. Now, I wasn't making a lot of money, but for us, that was a stretch. And I said, oh my God, we're finally there. A month after I bought the home, I was working for Chrysler's as a management trainee. I got laid off. Bam! It wasn't supposed to happen that way. My God, how horrible, but I went. That was September. November, I had a job. A better job. I grew. Every time I've lost a job, I grew because I got something better. In reality, I was sticking with a job that really wasn't what I wanted, and the universe just let it go. You see, an example of this is that a detour becomes a blessing. How many people met a life partner, found a career, or discovered spiritual depth through what they first resisted? I can tell you, when I met my wife, on our first date, I made it very clear. I just came out of a relationship. I was not interested in a relationship. Funny thing is, so did she. So we said, we're not going to get involved. Guess what happened? We fell in love. You don't know how life's going to work. It just does. You see, control is a mirage. Life is happening through you, not according to your own little script. It's not happening. It's not like you're doing it. It's happening through you. Through you meaning you're observing what's in the external. It's happening through you. You're seeing it differently than anyone else because their life is happening through them. They have different filters than you have. Let's talk about this idea of acceptance. And I want to clear this up. Acceptance is not resignation. Many people confuse acceptance with weakness. If I accept, it means I approve. Wrong. Acceptance is not approval. It's recognition. Acceptance simply says, this is what is right now. It doesn't say you won't act. It doesn't say you won't waste energy denying reality. It just says, this is what is right now. Life unfolds, and acceptance keeps us from attaching to premature judgment. Life is going to unfold whether you want it to or not. And just accepting it keeps you from the judgment. You stop there. Oh, my preference is this. Well, yeah, you have that preference. That's okay. Have your preferences. Don't be attached to them. Don't be attached to how they show up. When they do show up, love it. Then let it go, because life is going to happen some more. See, acceptance, by accepting whatever is, it opens the door to clear action. So if something happens that's not in your way, here's one. The other day, I just moved like this. See how subtle that is? I tweaked my back. I said, what the heck? And I realized that I got that pain because I've had a back issue in the past that I've learned to manage. Made me more empathetic to what my wife is going through as she heals her back injury. But it also opened the door. I accepted I had a back injury. Then I took different action. I was more gentle with myself. And then I remembered, oh, go to the gym. I went to the gym. I did back exercises on machines that were stable. And then what I did is I went to a pull-up bar and I just hung. I think I hung for 40 seconds. When I got done, guess what? My back was 90% better. I had to accept that my back was off, and then I took clear action. You see, when you do that, when you accept what is, you move from war, inner conflict to peace. Can you imagine dragging around a heavy backpack full of rocks? Each rock a should or shouldn't. Every complaint, every inner fight adds another rock. Think about all that we've gathered. No wonder we feel exhausted during the day. Peace, true peace comes when you let down the backpack. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to win an argument. You just have to let go carrying the rocks. It's that simple. Just put the rocks down. Don't defend them. Don't justify them. Just put the rocks down. Spiritually, the truth about it is, the kingdom of heaven is not found in winning. It's found in releasing. The moment you stop the inner fight, you discover that peace has always been there. Peace is your natural state. Relaxation is your natural state. When something happens, instead of saying, this shouldn't be, try asking, since this is happening, how can I meet it with clarity? That alone changes everything. Shifting your thought to that. Let's do that again. Since this is happening, how can I meet it with clarity? You see, when you're saying since this is happening, you're accepting it. Once you've accepted it, you're not fighting against it. Now that you're not fighting against it, you can ask the question, how can I meet it with clarity? How can I move toward what I think is the greatest expression for me? You see, when we stop fighting life, we will finally have enough energy to live it. And that's our purpose in life, is to live it fully, completely. The truth is simple. Life is always happening. The only question is, are you at war with it, or are you at peace with it? And that's the choice we make in every moment of every day, as long as we're alive. That's where your power is, in how you choose.